everybody, welcome to the season finale of Season 6 of the Sunoco Elite Series. Round 20 of 20, doubleheader, race 2. This is the end. 19 laps, and we will decide a champion here today. Welcome all for the final time here in Season 6 here at Colina Circuit. The last time that Colina will host the finale, but it still will be around next year. And oh boy, things have happened even over the race 1 to race 2, and that's that Vance Caldwell was sadly put on medical watch and is not cleared to race here today, meaning his career is officially over and done, because this is the final race of the season. He has someone filling in for him. That would be Connor Monaco, the driver of the, if I'm correct, the 15 next year, or it's 55 next year if I'm correct. He'll still be around next year. Carmack will be around next year for this team, but Caldwell, it's officially the end of his career. But on pole position, again by default, we are now reverse points, but the part-timers at the front, it's Bobo Jones on pole position, with Jay Durrell right beside him. Neither of these two can win the part-time title. It was already wrapped up before we came into the race 1, so don't have to worry about that. But the main talk is at the rear. Jackson versus Rowe. The finale is on. The gap is 93. And that means that if Jackson scores points, top 30 or higher, that's game. Automatically. There's nothing Rowe would be able to do to save it. The problem with that even further is that he may not even need to score points. Rowe would have, and this is not even joking, Rowe would have to get second or first to win this title. Second or first, or he can't win. And he's starting second to last. It's going to be a hard road. Bad for him. We look at the front. Look at all the ranked Ds getting the representation in Stu Cole. Her last race, and it's at her home track. Finn Guy is saying his goodbyes. Fitzwater, the Season 2 champion, is saying his goodbye. Caldwell already hanging up the towel, sadly. We will not see him in the finale. Jovic hanging up the towel, and this is it for a few of these people. There's talks that this could be even Irvine's last race. We talked about Wolfstein von Schaefer replacing him in the 7 next year as he goes back to touring cars, or maybe rally is something he's talked about in the past. But overall, this event is going to be a big one. What could be Jackson's first title or Rowe's first title? It's no matter what, Maverick's first title. And driver's title would be their second constructors, if I'm correct. And I believe this is their second constructors title, meaning it's the second time ever that a team has 2 constructors titles. The first one was crowned last season with Full Frontal. Eric, 1 point out of contention. Even if he wins, gets the max 112, he would be 1 point back from Jackson. Sadly, the title was out of his reach. Eric had such a great year, man. It's such a great year, but it's going to have to come to an end. Roush, there's a possibility he could fight for a championship podium with Eric Monaco, but he'd need a lot. Basically, same situation in the Jackson versus Rowe with Roush versus Monaco. For third, there would need to be a big event happening with Eric for this to go wrong. The thing is, the guys at the rear, they don't really have to worry too much about a possible wreck. And, you know, same with the guys at the very front. It's the guys around here. This section right here that has a problem. Wrecks happen around here, which could end so many people's chances at owners' points next year. Owners' points are going to be big. You need to be top 30 in points for owners' points. Right now, Carlson holds the last spot in owners' points for Monarch, but Bowers is attempting to catch him. And the battle's on, and if something happens to him, it could be Bowers claiming owner's points for that very card next year. So, here we go. 10 seconds left of the final pre-race of the year. The last race of Season 6 is about to get underway. The final command of the year has been given. The cars are lined up ready to go. One last time this year, we are green in Spain. For the final time, we barrel down to turn 1 on lap 1 of the race. Oh! Arms around! Ray, freeze! It's a stack up in turn 1, but your championship contenders are clean! We head through 3 and 4 as we're about to go up the hill for the first time. It was Karanko who got off to a great start. As he's in P2, Bobo Jones leads this race. Darrell did not get off to the start he wanted, and Karanko seems to be on a very fast pace early. He got an amazing spot in race 1, and now we're sitting here in race 2. He's starting near the front because of points position. If he can have as good of a race that he had in race 1 with where he started, he could win this race. How did Connor Monaco get off to in his first start in the 95? Pretty decent. To be honest, that was not a bad start. Irvine, on the other hand, did not get off to a good start at all. He got held up because of the incident up ahead of him, and he dropped back. Jackson has gotten through row. That is a big part. And Griffin's down. Oh, I did not notice that. That is big for rank B contentions. Griffin is down. So even though Benoit has dropped on the start, so did Griffin. And once again, Benoit's kind of leaving this in the hands of the 86. The pressure is back on Bartlett. He's ahead of Skyla Johnson, and he just needs to run. And Roger Ray would end his title hunts poorly, as he would be turned around by the 60. The 43 would go around as well, and so would the 05 when he connected with Philip Scott. But the biggest one is Ryan Griffin, which majorly hurts Shock Allison's rank B chances. All the pressure now is on the 99. As we're on lap 2 now, it's Bobo Jones running wide in 1 and 2. Here comes Darrell. Jay Darrell already an SCS winner. But look at Karanko trying to split the middle. Oh, it didn't work. That was a risky maneuver, and it just wasn't going to work. Way too aggressive. Did we have another wreck in 1 and 2? No, we did not. The cars at the rear, people like Jackson and Rowe, are struggling to get up to pace, except one being Roman Rahal, who seems to be working through the field pretty well currently. Trying to get up into the points now. Benoit trying to go down the inside, back into the points. On Anderson, on Paulson as well. He needs to get back into the points for his team. Shock Allison's in a bit of trouble currently. As we look up even more, where is Dan Bartlett? Bartlett, 19th, battling with Kieran Mulcher for 18th. Kieran leaving Monarch at the end of the season, going to Roush Racing into the 37. He's going to go back to Roush Racing, where he was back at Season 3 in his rookie year. So, Mulcher's going to have some fun next year in Rank A. He's just got to finish out his Rank C run here. He's had a great year. Honestly, it's started amazing, got a little shaky in the middle, but he's really picked it up in this back end. In this last part of the season, he's picked it back up, and he's back on the pace that we love him for. I can't wait to see what Mulcher has in store for us in the 37 next year. It's going to be awesome to watch him back up in a Rank A car. But this pack looks very, very dangerous, as everyone is all packed together still. Mulcher making a really risky move. This is not a good line, honestly. For Mulcher, he may end up dropping a position to Bartlett if he doesn't get a good enough line here. Oh, but he gets a great line! Oh, that was a great line, Mulcher, and instead he's going to jet down the inside of the 95. Push him out. If he can keep him out, no. Connor Monaco, that was a very good hold. Trying to prove he deserves the spot next year. How's the battle at the front going? It's still Darrell. But Darrell, that was a huge mistake! Oh, that was even worse than what Bobo did last lap. And now Bobo's back in the lead, and Sean Angel, who's going back to Trailblazer next year, is up in second. Tragedy would strike for the 10 car, And the curse has returned as he would be going in. Both him and Gerard would misjudge. And he'd go into the wall. Jackson is down. And this puts the fate of the championship in the 87. But he has no speed. He's just not doing anything. Bro, you need to be aggressive at this stage in the championship. And I think Shock Allison Racing's fate was just sealed as Skylar would get a little too aggressive trying to make up spots to catch up to Bartlett, would clip the 32 and would send him around into Shepard. And with a possible penalty incoming for that, I think Shock Allison's fate is sealed. It sucks to see it, but Skyla may have just doomed her team, because there goes Benoit as well, making the move. And that puts both Trailblazers in front of both Shock Allisons. And unless Fitzwater Australia can do something, this may be Trailblazers. Speaking of Fitzwater Australia, you can see that there is a Fitzwater Australia making a move. That is the 59 of Fitzwater trying to get down the inside, while the 39 is battling with the 86. The problem is, Fitzwater Australia is not exactly there. They need more than this. And with Freeze down, there isn't much they can't. Is that Angel? It is! No! Angel! No! Angel is in the pits with a mechanical issue. Lap 4. And what happened to Brock is going to end his season. No! Stuco! No! Not in her home race. Slafter Stuco in her home race, her last career start, would blow the motor from the 6th position. And a frustrated Stuco over the radio because it's all over now. The end of her career will end in tragedy as she is out of the race on lap 4. Her motor has grenaded. That's so unfortunate for Laughter Stuco. Terrible luck. And I'm sorry it had to end that way. But with Sean Angel out of the way, that gave Bobo Jones a chance to strike once more. No, it's actually Darrell striking on Bobo once more. Duh. As Darrell around the outside, and he'll take the lead back. The battle's not over. Now here comes Downey and Bouchard. But Bowers did connect with the driver of the 13, and everything's falling into place for Trailblazer. All the fate of rank B is in the hands of this 59 car. I saw those two connected. Brock and Rahal connected. Ray, nothing's happening. You aren't clicking. He's not going to do it. Not like this. He's not with this pace. He's not going to do it. This is basically just an exhibition race at this point. Jackson still in the pits, lap 3, although he was able to drive back to pit lane, so he may be able to come back in this race. Oh no! Oh no! Your leaders! What? The leaders are down! We just witnessed that. This battle was heating up lap after lap, and eventually it overboiled, and coming into turn 1 and 2, Bobo would make a very desperate dive that would be way too aggressive. It would send Darrell into the wall with himself, and the top 2 are down and out of this race because of a poor misjudgment by the 0 car. It's another DNF for Bobo Jones, and this time, the first time this year, that it was his fault. Bad luck for Jay Darrell. He could have won this race, but sadly it's not going to happen. But as we watch a battle here, here's an interesting battle going on. Caesar versus Jovic versus Bartlett. Bartlett, though, ooh, really squirrely, and that's going to lead the 98. But no problem, you got your teammate coming behind. Trailblazer just needs to keep it safe. Be cautious and score points. And they should have it, because although Shock Allison has a win and Trailblazer does not, the difference doesn't come there. It actually comes from the fact that Trailblazer is beating Shock Allison in every other category. Top 5s and top 10s. They don't win, but they're more consistent, and that's the issue with Shock Allison currently, is that as long as these guys can finish decent, they'll have rank B under their belts because they have the top 5 and top 10 advantage. This may be Trailblazer's day. Coming into 1 and 2, it would just be another misjudgment. It would send Carlson and Connor Monaco into the wall. Jovic, an innocent bystander, would just rear end, and the chaos just doesn't stop. But what do you even expect around La Colina at this point? We had the leaders take each other out. Your points leader is down. Back out of the pits, though. Wait, who's 10? Oh, that's Carlson, okay. You had Skyla have issues. You had Eric have issues. Duncan had issues. Connor's down. Angel from 3rd pit before the leaders took each other out. Rowe has no pace. And everything is spiraled out of control, which has led Gatlin Downey to be your leader. But the race isn't over yet. It's not even halfway done. Jack Bignacco trying to keep Jack Halleck at bay here, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Monarch just took a big hit to their championship, although they do still hold 3 within the top 11. You could see here, Trailblazer working together now, if I'm correct. I believe that's, what, 15-16, if I am correct on that? And if they just keep going at this pace, nothing's going to stop them. But it's La Colina, and we know what can happen around here. And Bartlett loses a spot to Anderson. Anderson's moving up. Oh my god! Why does this keep happening? Chaos just keeps continuing. Kieran Mulcher up in smoke. The Ford engine gave way. And another big issue through this race. And Kieran Mulcher's race would end. Carlson's race is over. It just continues to fall into place for Trailblazer. So far, everything's gone right. Oh, Bartlett trying to get him to stay ahead of Fitzwater. Looks like it's going to work. Gets the move on him, and now he's going to start going after Max Anderson. Don't get too desperate. Don't do what Skyla did. Nope, he backs off. Not going to make the move yet. He knows. He knows he just needs to play it safe. Don't do what you did in race 1, basically. Stay calm. Give up a few spots. Sacrifice. Because you're in the spot to take rank B. You just need to stay calm. Don't rush yourselves. You're 13th and 15th. This is your chance at glory. Don't mess it up. Kyle Shock Sr. has got to be begging for something to happen to these two. But they are working together to hunt through this field. Oh. Benoit runs it wide. Fitzwater's tagging the back of Bartlett. Getting very risky with him. But Anderson comes out the big winner in that little battle. I still take the position from Irvine. But we now look at Downey. We could see, oh no. Uh-oh. maybe we will get someone outside of rank D winning after all, because Halleck's pace kicked up pretty quick. I did not expect him to be up in a podium position at this point in time, but he is. So, I think Halleck's the guy to beat right now. And it's his last full-time start before he goes part-time next year. But he is expected to return in Season 8, but just taking a break due to some family troubles. Oh, poor Alex. That sucks. And yes, to confirm, it would just be him getting a little loose, going way on the loose stuff. He stayed off the wall. Good job, Bartlett, for that, but he would drop back. Unfortunate for Bartlett. He's got more work to do. Irvine battling with Paulson and Fitzwater. Fitzwater gives Irvine a push, tries to push him past Paulson. And he will. That was a great push out of Fitzwater, especially when you're battling with a championship rival. That was weird, but he did. That was a great push out of Fitzwater. I think this might be it. But the true battle heating up here. Halleck loses third. Windhelm pushing his way in here now. Windhelm driving for Monarch again next year, as he's shown some pace this year, especially in the back half. After he came back after his suspension, he's really kicked it back up. He's really pushed himself to his limits, and I'm very happy for how he's done in the back half of the year. But so the cars and owners points position, his actual himself is down in 33rd. So he's struggling for points himself, but the owner's points is there to keep that 58 in the first 5 races of next year. Carlson still in the pits. He's trying to get that fixed. He's trying to get back out there. Kudos to him trying to get himself going again. You got to just try your hardest at this point. Watch. Ooh, Bouchard made a mistake. That sucks. And he'll lose third and fourth. And now Halleck retaliating on the 58 while the 21 of Jack Bignacco tries to butt his head into the fight. But Halleck gonna come out on top in second. Someone needs to start focusing on that 79. Fastest lap of the race is out of this 21, or out of this 51 car. Not out of the 21. 21 is fourth fastest. So he's been pretty quick as well. Pericles has been the surprise guy who's been really quick. Started near mid-pack. Oh, that makes me sad. And now he's 9th. Pericles has been the guy who's been on the move this race, and he continues to be on the move. Keep an eye out for Pericles in the back half of the race once pit stops are over, because if he can get a good pit stop, I expect him to be in the battle for a good position at the front. Maybe even a podium, if he's lucky enough in the pits. Rowe, do something, man! It's falling apart! You had a chance! The world gave you the championship on a silver platter, and you're doing nothing with it! You need second! And you're 21st! What is happening to you? This is not the Alexander Rowe we saw. We've seen this whole year. We expected him to jet straight through this field like how Pericles has been. Pericles has been on the move. He has been on a roll. He's been on rails. This is what we expected out of Rowe, but we got it out of Pericles. Windhelm back in second again. Halleck didn't last long, but you can see Downey's not getting away. Oh my! Ooh, that is around. Goes the 88. 40's up in smoke. God damn it. Can we just have no incidents for just a moment, please? The absolute wreckfest continues as Finn Guy would clip Caesar out of the corner and would send him into the 88. Oh, it would be Anderson clipping Curtis, and that would put him up in smoke. Rowe, that's not going to be enough to save you. If anything, that's just aiding Jackson getting closer to being in the top 30. If he gets in the top 30, the title is over. But this is these guys' chance because they are now starting to catch. They're putting on the pressure half a second faster last time around. but you need to stop fighting each other. Halleck and Windhelm have been trading this position back and forth, back and forth, back and forth since lap 5. And they keep doing it like twice a lap. They need to stop fighting and they need to start catching that 79 and really put the pressure on him. Because we're about to go into pit stops and you need to be close. Because if you can have a better pit stop than the 79, then you may be able to jump him in the pits. But to do that, you got to be close to him. In this absolute wreckfest of a race. But again, what do you expect when the rank D start at the front? You'd expect everything to go down. Now the 7 car, Benoit is in the top 10. Pericles, is he still the fastest guy on track? No. He's not. Who's fastest? That would be Cranko's back to being the fastest. He was fastest at the start of the race, dropped back, and now he's back again. 2:13.1. But these two are the guys to watch out for. Downey is still losing time, although these two are fighting, and the fighting's not going to stop. You can see how close Windhelm is. The pits are going to get ready to start soon. And now, oh, that was a bad corner out of the 79. He is losing speed quickly. What's going on, man? Yeah, Halleck was 7 tenths faster last time around. He did just improve to his fastest lap, but he has just not been fast. That's a... Whoa, that was an entire second. Halleck, Jesus. Yeah, Downey just kind of got lucky. He's not quick. He hasn't been quick all race. Halleck is picking up his pace again. But once again, the battling between the 51 and the 58 continue. Which is just leading the 98 to try and just continue to get closer and closer. The 98 is now your 3rd fastest guy on track. Only slower than, who else did I see in the 212s? Actually, 2nd fast, oh, Curtis, yep, the damage got too much. The damage was just too much for him to handle. Actually, 2nd fastest on track, only behind, look at that, Jack Halleck. And Windhelm was not able to make the move. So, Pericles still looking to be one of the fastest guys out here, and he may catch up to the back of this pack. Like I said, if he can get up here before pit stops, he could jump a few people, and he could be a really big threat. If he overcuts here, he may be in for a possible win if he can push hard enough. Frankly, I don't think we should even focus on the title. It's over. It's over, Rowe. You tried. But you are not fast. That car is not fast. You don't have pace. And you need pace to do anything, and you just don't have it. Oh, mistake out of 58, but a bigger one out of 79. Here comes Halleck on the outside for the lead. There it is. This is what Pericles was hoping for. Look at how much he's catching. One more really good lap out of the 98 while these two are battling, and he'll be up at the rear of Cranko, maybe? Not the rear of Cranko. The rear of Thompson, definitely. Here he goes. Down the inside of Gatlin Downey. Can he clear him before this next corner, or is Downey going to keep it? Oh, they almost touch, but they keep it under control. Downey regains the position. Jackson just running his own race. This is what he did in Season 3. Damage control. Just push onward as much as you can. Up the hill. Halleck getting close. Don't wreck each other. Don't do what the 0 and the 9 did. The 51 is closing back. He's got to run. Is he going to dive now? Yes, he is. Down the inside once more. They touch. Down the hill. Side by side. We expect pit stops now. They're going to come into the pits together. Unless one of them wants to make the call to stay out. They're close. Oh, they almost touch. Oh my God. Windhelm cuts the 21. Cranko stays. Pericles, that was an amazing call. Oh my God, Pericles might be a win scenario right now. Rowe stays out. Some of the people near the rear are staying out, trying to cut some people. We watch now. Potentially the most important battle is the 51 versus the 79. 51's out. 79's out. They're out together. 58's out. That was such an important move for the 98. That was so important for this race. Here is Gatlin Downey and Jack Halleck. They are still close to each other. But the fuel has been put back in the car, meaning the cars are back to being heavier, which means they're not going to be as fast. Which is why the overcut's better here, because tires don't fall off much. And that means the 98 is in the better spot. Look at how much he's catching. He's so much quicker than the 36. Thing guy just gonna breeze around the 10. 10's not gonna bother him. Don't play dirty like you did in race 1. You got your karma, but it may not be enough karma to affect this championship. Here he comes. Oh, Pericles, that was a big mistake you didn't want to make. There goes Downey. There goes Halleck. Rahal cuts Rowe. That hurts. That's gonna hurt Rowe a little bit. Yeah, Rowe still has a lot of progress to make. Here's where things get a little potentially dangerous. If two people are coming out at the wrong place, wrong time, it could cause some issues. Irvine is able to stay ahead of Rowe. Cold tires are going to be the only factor here. But the heavier car, where is Pericles? Oh, he's there. Pericles is here. Whoa, he's a lot closer than I anticipated. It's still Downey, Halleck, then it's Karanko, Windhelm, Pericles. If Pericles is still as quick as we think he is, oh no. Gatlin Downey has been leading most of this race, but he has no pace. The car has not had pace all race. The one who has is the 51, but Downey used the pit stops to get himself out in front a little extra. Is that enough to earn Gatlin Downey his second win of his career, the second ranked D win ever, both of them being Gatlin Downey? Karanko obviously not going to be as fast as Windhelm. Angel is going to have to drop back. Remember, he had his issue on lap 2. He's going to pit maybe next lap. Windhelm, we knew this was coming, Windhelm. We knew it was coming, Karanko. You have to just give it up. Oh, he pushes him wide. Karanko does not want that 58 to get his spot. He wants a podium. You know he does. You know that he wants a podium. You know how much that would mean to Karanko, but man, you're just not faster than Hans Windhelm. Oh, but Windhelm makes a mistake. That is actually really bad for everyone else because that means that gives Pericles 4th. He'll be going after 3rd now. Yeah, look at this. Downey right back on his pace. Right back mid 213s. Halleck just needs to get back up the pace and he'll be right back on the tail. But he needs to get back up the pace to be running a second lap faster. Pericles seems to still be on that pace because look at him go. Down the inside for 3rd. We knew Pericles was going to strike. This was anticipated mid-first run. That Pericles was obviously the fastest guy out here. Even though Halleck has the fastest lap, it's because Pericles has been in the middle of the field the whole time. Now he's up in 4th, trying to battle with Karanko for 3rd. And this is a problem for Downey. If he is still on his 212 pace, if he gets through Karanko, I don't think anything can stop him. And look at him. Look at the run. Look at the 98. Oh my God, he's so fast. He sneaks up on you. 51, gonna get through the 10. He's gonna push onward to try to catch up. But the guy everyone needs to be worried about is Pericles. Can Pericles get a good line? He's going to break late to give Karenko a little bit of a warning here. Not going to work. He braked. He pushed it in too hard. Is anyone going to catch Downey? I don't think they will. I think Pericles is just pushing so hard. Pericles is trying so hard. He wants it, you know he does. But he's got to get through this. He's got to get through that 98. Along with the fact Halleck speeding up again. Oh boy, here he comes. Along with Pericles now on the rear end of the 36. Downey has got to be sweating bullets. HHSR going for their one and only win they could ever get. They have got to be sweating bullets because look at this now. The two people who have been the fastest guys of the race are lined up behind him. And faster. Pericles was distracted by Karenko and he was quicker. You can't stop him. He's going to push with all of his might. Look at Benoit. Benoit is on 212s. Benoit's your fastest guy right now. By a country mile. Benoit's the only person in the 212s right now. He's on an absolute tear in the late part of this race. Not enough of a tear for him to obviously win the race, but he's going to be making up spots. Oh, Downey is just going to have to push with everything he's got, and he's just going to have to keep running. And hope to God that the 51 loses pace, and hope to God that he can find some pace. Because if he can't, look at that 51. Look at how close he's getting. He just keeps creeping closer and closer. I think Pericles might be out of it. I think he's just barely out of it. 2:13.6. But that's another 5/10 lost out of the 79. That's running wide for the 79. That's running wide for the 51, though. Karenko was the only one who didn't run wide. Rowe is not close enough to second. The title is slipping. He's just not there. It's just not happening. Pericles getting passed up because of his bad run out in 1 and 2. Karenko was able to take advantage with momentum. Jackson has just been praying that Rowe doesn't have the pace, and he doesn't. He was right. To think that Rowe just didn't have the pace. And from 14th, there's no way. It's not going to happen. But the question now, does Downey have enough to keep Halleck away? Downey, you have 2 laps. Stay clean and consistent and it's yours. You're far enough away. Stay clean and it's yours. You know, though, that 51 is going to be pushing with every fiber of his being. I wouldn't doubt if he cracks the 212s for the last few laps of this race. Look at Benoit trying to get into 8th. It's been Trailblazers, absolutely Trailblazers' best year. They've been on tear. 2 laps to go. Can Downey hold on? Downey took advantage of the battling early. He got away. But he has been nowhere near the quickest guy. He's been one of the slower guys all race long. Has not been nearly near the top of the list. 21st fastest of the race. He's nowhere. But the problem is, he got so far out that it was too late. Halleck needs a complete miracle. Oh, Pericles, though, trying to slip back into third, but Windhelm absolutely denies him. That was a complete denial. Did not want to give Pericles back third. Wanted to get Monarch into third, at least in the last race of the year. We're 3 wide. Nope. I'm sorry, Ro. You fought for a title back in Season 4. You have pulled the 4th fastest lap of the race just now. You fought for the title back in Season 4. You lost it. And it looks like you're just going to lose another one. Because it's over. Give it up. It's over. But I can't believe it. But Downey is about to become the first and second rank D winners in history. And in Hood Huddleston's last start in Sunoco Elite Series competition, the last time that Hood Huddleston Stuco Racing will be on track, and it's going to be the first time and only time that they're going to be able to get it done. Because the part-timers battled too hard and wrecked, he got the opportunity to get up and run away, and he did. White flag is in the air for Gatlin Downey. He moves to lights next year, but he's going out with a bang. Halleck's too far. But now we don't focus on him. We focus on this man. It has been year after devastating year that this guy has searched for a title. Over and over, he loses titles by such small margins. He lost Season 3 by 2 points. So many people said that that was his year. That was going to be the year he was going to do it. But he didn't do it. He lost it to Anderson by 2. In Season 2, it looked like that was going to be his year. In the second season, in a fight with Constantine and Fitzwater, but Paris, a wreck in Paris, completely destroyed his championship hopes. Again, Season 3, lost by 2 points. Season 4, looked like it was going to be his year. Once more, was in a battle with Rowe for the championship, like he is now. But some mistakes throughout the doubleheader led Cordell Paulson win the title. And just year after painstaking year, he has lost the title just barely, and it's finally coming full circle. And he's finally gonna do it. We focus back. Halleck, you tried your hardest, but you weren't gonna catch him. Down the hill, one last time, he won Armory Digital in a rank D. It was a super speedway. People said it didn't matter. It wasn't much skill. But how about this? Through the last corner. The first rank D winner on a road course. And Gatlin Downey, second career win. And the only win for Hood Huddleston. He wins in La Colina. It's not going to matter for Rowe. 6 years in the making. It's been 6 years. He's been hunting for this. So long. So many disappointments. So many devastating ends to a season. And finally, we get to say it. It's finally happening. Through the last corner. And this is it. Paul Jackson is the Season 6 Sunoco Elite Series champion. He dominates this season, start to end. And finally, in one of the most anticlimactic fashions, even though he has 3 laps to go, it doesn't matter. P12 for Rowe isn't enough. And what could have been for Rowe He hunted in the back half of that year. He really did. But it's not enough in anticlimactic fashion. But it's still a title. And Paul Jackson will bear the number 1 for the first time. 6 years he's come up short. Or 5 years he came up short. 5 years of just not winning titles. And Maverick Wolf and Paul Jackson is the World Drivers' Champion. Congratulations to the 10 car. Finally! We've been waiting for this one for years. But sadly, in just a turn of events that went south, 24th and 27th compared to 23rd and 8th isn't going to be enough for Shock Allison and Trailblazer. Everything went their way in this race. They pushed onwards and everything went right. And Trailblazer is finally going to break the curse. The curse that has ailed them for so long of being stuck in rank C from season 2 all the way through this season. They've been stuck in rank C. It just hasn't looked like they've been able to get out. They finally did it. Trailblazer Motorsports, I think. The stewards, we're going to have to go to the stewards on that. But I think they did it. Congratulations to Trailblazer Motorsports, but most of all, congratulations to Paul Jackson, the World Drivers' Champion for Season 6. He grabbed the points lead in Race 2, had a little hiccup here and there, especially losing the points lead in Denver, but this has been the most dominating season we have seen out of a single driver and a single team in SCS history. We have never seen anything like it. And with 3 laps to go, he knows it's done. He knows it's over. He's pulling into the pits. And it's time to celebrate. Paul Jackson, the World Drivers' Champion in Season 6 of the Sunoco Elite Series as the season comes to an end. And for the last time, let's go look at your finishing results. And there it is. Gatlin Downey, as the season comes to a close, he wins the last race of the year. He'll be moving down to drive for his own team in lights, Gatlin Downey Incorporated. So we will not see Gatlin Downey next year. Jack Halleck in second. He really fought, and I think if he lost his pace in the last part of that race. I think if Pericles wasn't pressured by Karenko, maybe there was potential there, but the pit stops saved Downey. He was able to get back out, and he was able to get a good enough lead, and once Halleck lost his pace, there was nothing. And Gatlin Downey is a winner for the second time in his career. And this time, it was, you can't say that that wasn't earned because he really pushed as hard as he could. And although he wasn't the fastest, he was able to stay out front. His pit crew kept him under control, kept his lead under control, and he wins. Rowe, man, it's just not going to happen. It didn't happen. Man, you were given the title on a silver platter. It looked like if you were able to hunt through the field, you could have made one of the biggest comebacks in SCS history. But you didn't. And he'll come home P12. He'll come home P2 in the championship, his second ever championship podium. And sadly, that is where Rowe's journey ends at Maverick. Bittersweet. He's not going to win his title, but his teammate does. And once again, I think that Trailblazer has finally done it. And I think they're moving up to rank B next season. And with Sean Angel in their car next year, they got a hell of a combo rolling. Because the rumor is Wolfstein, Von Schaefer, and Sean Angel. But even if it's Benoit and Angel returning together, back together, and in rank B would be a hell of a combo as well. Congratulations to Gatlin Downey. And congratulations to Paul Jackson, your World Drivers' Champion in Season 6 as the season finally comes to a close. It's been fun. It looked like at moments that Jackson was going to lose his points lead, but he never did. He never did. He just stayed out front and he kept pushing onward. Some people struggled throughout the year. People like Anderson. Really just, he got wins, but he just couldn't keep consistency. For a while there, it looked like it could have been Brock's year. Brock had a lot of pace, but in the last part of the year, it just fell off and all fell apart. And I gotta give props where props are due. Gerard Aron, man. What an absolutely incredible year for you. Every year, everyone has always just stated that it was disappointing. Everyone saw potential, but it never came out. And you finally did it. It finally happened. You had your breakout year. And ending what I believe to be 7th in points. Absolutely incredible job. Nothing else to say. Amazing job, Aron. You tried your hardest. You pushed as much as you could. And it all worked out in the end. Congratulations to Gerard Aron. And congratulations once more, Paul Jackson, your World Drivers Champion. We have one event left before the season's over, and that is the SES Invitational. As we already know, one of your team captains being Paul Jackson now, and the PLS one still has yet to be decided. Congratulations to Paul Jackson, your World Drivers Champion here in Season 6, and we will see you all next season, Season 7 of the Sunoco Elite Series. Ciao.